Welcome to Pampered Chef Live. Thank you so much for being with us tonight. We have a lot to accomplish, and we're going to get it all done with the thanks of some really amazing products that we can't wait to talk to you about. So I see you guys are all putting in the chat where you're joining us from. It is August, and we're about to approach, some busy schedules, back to school. So I want to know, are you guys team summer or team fall? So put in the chat maybe a sun or like a leaf. If you can tell by my outfit, I'm totally team sun, team summer. We also have Abby joining us. What about you, Abby?
I'm team summer too.
Team summer.
I mean, I have a fall birthday, but I'm still all for soaking in the last summer days. It's not over yet.
I love that. And while we're chatting, Abby, why don't you give us some housekeeping tips before we get started?
Hi, everyone. Thanks for being here tonight. I'm so excited to have you, and we have a great show for you tonight. So if you're watching on Facebook Live, make sure you join us here in Zoom. The link is right there at the top of the video because we're going to be doing our giveaway today, and we're choosing from the Zoom chat. So joining us here in Zoom helps you be eligible for any giveaways. So be here in the Zoom, participate in the chat. I see you guys all saying where you're joining from. And today we're going to be giving away 3 multicolor kitchen utensil sets as a symbol of our partnership with Food Banks Canada and Feeding America. So when we ever sell any of those sets, we give a donation to Food Banks Canada and Feeding America all year long. And so we're giving away 3 of those today. So that's awesome. We also have a handout for each event. The handout came in your Zoom email. If you need it, we'll also put it in the chat here, but it has all the recipes and the products that we're going to be showing today. So you have all those details, and we'll have a survey at the end of the show. So if you have feedback, we'd love to hear it. We want to keep making these shows better for you guys every single week, and we'd love to hear your feedback. We'll have one more giveaway winner with a surprise item from anyone who takes the survey will be entered for that last giveaway. And lastly, if your Zoom chat is going crazy on your device, click into the chat, click the arrow at the top, and you can mute notifications. And with that, have a great show. Relax. Enjoy.
All right. Well, I didn't mention my name is Sandy. I lead the culinary team here, and all month long in our live events, we are going to be showing you how you can make meal times happen despite those busy schedules and changing seasons. So as you can see, we have a lot going on here. I like to just lay everything out so I know what I'm dealing with. I'm going to show you how to prep 3 meals in less than 30 minutes, and I'm going to bring one to finish for you here. And by the way, usually at the end of the Pampered Chef Lives, the whole gang and crew, we sit and snack and eat the food, but not tonight. I'm bringing these meals home because I'm really meal prepping because I've got, all the things happening with back to school and back to routine in the fall. So you may think, how are we going to get all this done? Well, thanks to a few really special products. First of all is our August only Prep Ahead set, which is so exciting. It comes with our large reusable silicone bag, 3 of these, and then 3 of my favorite seasonings. So we've got our chimichurri seasoning, smoky barbecue, and our lemon garlic. So you're gonna see just how this set is gonna help you prep 3 different meals. Let's get started with, let's get cooking. Gotta say, let's get cooking, right? Let's start with a sheet pan chimichurri chicken recipe. Put in the chat if you guys have the chimichurri. Chimichurri is really just a South American sauce. It's really heavy in parsley, garlic, and oregano. So good on grilled meats, chicken, fish, vegetables, all the things. I could just really sort of eat it with a spoon. So already in my large silicone bag, I have some chicken tenders. And let's actually mix our sauce up. This is my chimichurri, just dry seasoning right here, about 1/4 cup. And then we're going to add 2 tablespoons of water. Just kind of turns it into a sauce. And then it's about 1/3 cup oil. So I've got some in my measuring cup. I'm going to use my oil and vinegar dispenser, which I love because it just goes ahead and measures the perfect amount of oil for you, up to 2 tablespoons, which I love. It's really great for when you're like heating a pan with oil. Just gives you the right amount. Okay. And then I'm going to add 1/3 cup oil. That's it. That's my chimichurri sauce right there. The water helps kind of like hydrate those spices and it starts to smell really good. And the oil gives it a nice saucy consistency. All right. That was fascinating. So let's prep our veggies. We've got some red onion and zucchini. Nice little like end of summer produce. We're gonna cut these in the quick slice, really fast and easy. You've got the quick slice, show it some love, and then you just go straight into your bag. Zucchini is so delicious right now. Oh my gosh. My husband brought a squash home from one of his friend's gardens. Oh, didn't yours too? Yeah. Remember we were on a call and your husband came home with some squash?
Yeah, and we had a huge zucchini and a cucumber. We used both of them, but I haven't used the squash yet. Oh, it's still good.
It's still good, I bet. Yeah. Okay. So there we go. Let's open this guy up a little bit more. These bags are deceivingly big. Look at how large that is. There's plenty of space. And then I've got a red onion with my veggie wedger. Is it so nice and easy? I'm gonna cut these down actually a little bit. I don't know, what do you guys, those are okay. I think I'm gonna use just half of my red onion. And this is gonna turn into such an easy sheet pan meal with our new Brilliance nonstick sheet pan with rack. I'm gonna show you in just a minute. Put in the chat, by the way, if you guys have any of the new Brilliance bakeware. So our Brilliance nonstick bakeware is like an early release for August. So how exciting. We usually release our new products in September and March, but every so often there's a little sneak peek. Okay, so now I'm gonna take, do a little bit more. Perfect. Now I'm gonna take some of this sauce, about 6 tablespoons of the sauce, and I'm gonna save the rest and mix it with some ranch at the end for a little dipping sauce, which is so good. The chimichurri mixed with anything like creamy, like mayo or Greek yogurt is so good. Perfect too. Okay. Smelling great. Give this a mix. So I love these bags in this Prep Ahead set because you're going to see in 3 different recipes, I'm using them in 3 different ways. So in this way, I'm kind of marinating my food and then just holding it in the bag. And then you'll see how I use it in the other ways. So I would go ahead, put this in the fridge, marinate for about 30 minutes to overnight if you have the time. And then you are just going to spill it out onto the beautiful Brilliance sheet pan. So this sheet pan comes with a rack. This recipe, I'm not using it, but this rack is really great. We have an oven baked fried chicken recipe. So for recipes, you really want that air to circulate around your food and get crispy. It's nice for that. How about bacon? Where you want your drippings, you want your bacon to stay elevated. I also like it when I'm decorating Christmas cookies and you want to elevate it and not get the drips all over in the cookies. But this just goes right on this beautiful sheet pan. I'm going to talk more about Brilliance, but it has a superior coating. Nothing sticks. And the veggies and the meat get nice and golden brown and cook really quickly and evenly. So I'll throw this in the fridge. And while I get ready for my next recipe, Abby, what you got?
Well, I want to talk about our sets that we have available this month, our bundles. So Sandy's talking about our Prep Ahead bundle, right? That has the 3 silicone bags, but we also have 2 other August only bundles that we're calling all of them together, our back to school bundles, right? Or getting ready for back to school. So the one is our back to school bundle and it has our bag clip and slicer set, our apple wedger and our bento box. So great for lunches, whether you're going, going to work and need a lunch, school kids who need a lunch, or after school snack for kids. That's a really great set for that. We also have our microwave cooking bundle, which has our microwave popcorn maker, 2-quart micro cooker, and what was the other thing? The ceramic egg cooker.
Oh, that's such a good one.
That's a really good one, like for people who might be making snacks or lunches at work, like you just want to throw a couple of things in the bag, or maybe a college student or someone with an apartment. That's a really easy, like get started bundle to get only this month. We also have 11 prep essentials on sale for 20% off this month. So things like our slotted spoon that Sandy has, you'll see in a second, and some of our other silicone tools, our silicone oven mitts, and some of our tongs and graters. So all those are 20% off this month. Ask your consultant for details because it won't last long.
Love it. All right, we're already on recipe number 2, which is our Sloppy Joe stuffed peppers. This is actually a taste buds recipe for August. So put in the chat if you guys have made this recipe. Just made a couple quick changes, but it's such a great, I love making stuffed peppers make ahead because there's so little for you to do once it's actually time to bake it. So I've got my 5-quart Brilliant saute pan going right now. This recipe calls for ground meat. I'm actually making some plant-based meat right now, just for something different. That's what my family likes. And it's getting really nice and brown and caramelized, just about a pound, and then an onion chopped up in here. So really nice. This pan is my go-to for every single night. Again, heats up really quickly, stays hot, and then does not stick. Nothing sticks, and then you could throw it in the dishwasher if you want to. So this is getting pretty, I think the ground meat is pretty nice and ground. So I'm gonna go ahead and add 3/4 cup of ketchup. I got some brown sugar. And then 3 tablespoons of Worcestershire. Oh, I need my seasoning too. And then a tablespoon of smoky barbecue. You could also do honey sriracha. What else? You could probably really do anything that really lends to that like sloppy Joe tomatoey flavor. I love smoky barbecue. All right, so this is gonna all kind of come to a simmer. Here's that slotted spoon she was talking about. Of course, I use my mix and chop to break up all the meat. If you've seen Pampered Chef Live before, whenever I brown meat or even plant-based meat, I like to let it cook for a little while, right? Like I don't like to go in on the raw meat and start breaking it up. If you let it brown and cook a little bit and develop a crust, I feel that it tastes better, it looks better, and it kind of breaks up better too. Right. I mean, what says like fall meal better than sloppy Joe? I mean, stuffed peppers or a sloppy Joe.
Absolutely, both of them.
Both of them. Great already. One thing about this plant-based meat is it cooks a little bit faster and it doesn't kind of give off as much liquid as a ground meat or ground turkey. So sometimes you might have to add like a little water to something like this, which, you know what? I might just add a little bit of water. Just a smidge. All right, let's prep our peppers. So you haven't seen the silicone bags come in yet, but I'm going to show you in just a minute where they come in this recipe. But I have already prepped some of my peppers. This is the Brilliance 9x13 nonstick baking pan. I have to say this one's probably my favorite for all those nice casseroles and cheesy pasta bakes. So let's prep our last pepper, 6 peppers, any color. Cut off that top. And then, you guys, there is no better tool for your pepper than the Scoop Loop. Scoop Loop, sadly, is being discontinued, right, at the end of the month. So if you want to get your hands on the Scoop Loop, this is your chance.
Get it before it's gone.
Get it before it's gone, and look at how easy it gets all the seeds and the membrane. Sorry, I'm getting it on you. I'm going to get it all nice and cleaned out. This is really great for cantaloupe. I think people use their pumpkins. They clean out their pumpkins with this guy.
That zucchini that I had was so big I needed to clean the seeds out.
Oh, did you really?
Too watery. So I did.
Come on. It's so perfect. So easy to store too. I actually use it on my stems too, just trying to get all this stuff off. So don't like to waste any of that stuff at all because there's so much left. And I wanted to show you, look at all, these are all the scraps from the tops and the bottoms of the peppers. Like that's so much. You could throw it back in there. I like to use it just as a snack.
Yeah.
Cottage cheese.
Oh, yum.
I'm on a cottage cheese kick, like a savory cottage cheese kick.
Love that. A little cracked pepper or something.
Yeah.
Yum.
So you cut that all up, there you go. And then you want to also just cut the bottom off a little bit so it's not wobbly. And then in this recipe, it calls for you to microwave your peppers just to get them softened. Another fun tip, and put in the chat if you guys do this, my mom always did this, was put a little bit of water in your 9 by 13 pan when you're baking it. And that'll cut down a little bit on your bake time for your peppers because you're kind of steaming the peppers and you're covering them. So you could go ahead and par cook them in the microwave if you want, or just add about an inch of water to your pan. Actually, yeah. So here's where my handy bag came in. This is 2 cups of cooked rice. I actually cooked it in the bag. It's kind of an experiment, but it went really great. I did a cup, yes, a cup of rinsed rice. This is just long grain white rice, a cup and 3/4 cup water, and then about a tablespoon of oil, 15 minutes in the microwave, and it came out totally fine.
Awesome. So easy.
So easy.
Another great use for the bag.
Yep, absolutely. And even if you don't make it in the bag, you just have leftover rice, it's a great way to keep your rice. I think this is looking about, look at this. Looks like Sloppy Joe. I don't know. Do you like honey sriracha? Would you like smoky barbecue better with this? Or are you a honey sriracha girl?
I think this one feels like more of a smoky barbecue, but if between the two, I love this honey sriracha. I love it on things.
And then if you have any clumps of rice like I do, just use your mixing chop to get them broken up because I made this a while ago. We're always finding uses for the mixing chop. All right, I am going to start filling my peppers. How about I show you one and then we'll kick it back to Abby. Oh, it's smelling great. I'm going to turn it off the heat.
Andy, what brand of plant-based meat did you use?
This is just Beyond Meat. Just like just comes in like a big chunk. I tend to like that one. It's got good texture. All right. So let's fill her up. Nice size peppers. And then what's awesome is you can go ahead, fill them all up, put them in your 9 by 13, pop them with the lid. Have we even talked about the lids? Oh. Let's talk about the lids. Each of the pieces. So Abby's going to talk through a little bit more of the rest of the pieces in the set, but this really helps set them apart is that they come with these really wonderful slim lids that make them great for leftovers, prep ahead. You can stack them in the fridge. I really like the slim profile of these lids. These are not oven safe, but they're dishwasher safe, which is really great too. So you'd pop this with some foil. I'm going to use my handy dandy tongs to transfer this guy. And then when I fill the others, what you got, Abby?
Well, I want to talk about these sets because like you said, they're available early in August. This is our brand new Brilliance nonstick bakeware. For those of you who are asking what Brilliance is, we have our beautiful Brilliance blue nonstick cookware. It's the pan that Sandy has on the stove over here. And now we have bakeware too. And like Sandy said, they all come with these beautiful lids, great for weeknight meals, great for stacking and storage once you've created your meal and you're storing the leftovers, or you prep it ahead before you want to cook it. And so this month only, they're available at an introductory price, and these are the 2 sets. So the first set is this 6-piece set. It's the half sheet pan with rack, the 9 by 13 pan with lid, and the 8-inch square pan with lid. And the other set is the 2 long loaf pans, which are so great too. And I learned yesterday that if you make bread in these, which you can make lasagna, we have a really great teriyaki meatloaf recipe. There's so many great recipes, but if you make bread in these, it's the same size as the bread you get from the grocery store, which feels cool, right? Your regular loaf pan isn't going to get you the exact same size. Then it really feels official. So I love that. And you guys know, I always like to talk about our best product in the catalog, which is the opportunity to become a consultant. So this month, if you become a consultant in August, you get this 9 by 13 pan with lid free as a sign-on gift because we're so excited for the new season and we want our August new consultants to get started and get going with one of our new products. Also, it gets even better. Our consultants who join in August can join and get full cash back on the price they paid for their kit. So reach out to your consultant for details and definitely watch Discover Pampered Chef tonight. It's on Facebook Live right after this, and you can learn more about being a consultant.
All right. Of course, I made a little mess. I don't know how that rice got over there.
That's what we call it. Sandy messy.
You know what? It is what it is. I was working fast, but look at this. You pop your lid on and you are ready to go in the fridge. And all you have to do then is open the lid, cover with foil. There we go. Bake for 20 minutes, like I said, then put some cheese on another 20 minutes and you're good to go. So I'm gonna pop this in the fridge.
Christina said the first thing she made in her loaf can was bread and it didn't even last a day.
Oh my gosh.
Girl after my own heart.
Exactly. With all those back to school sandwiches, like you got to have your bread ready to go. Okay, so this is our final recipe utilizing the third bag and then the lemon garlic rub, which again is one of my favorites. You won't even believe this recipe. It all cooks in the microwave. And I know I said I was only going to cook one start to finish, but I lied. We have this one ready because it's so simple. Okay, this is our shrimp boil, by the way. So put in the chat if you've made our shrimp boil recipe. Kind of seems unbelievable that you can make a shrimp boil in the microwave in a bag. So we are going to start. I already sliced some potatoes. These are really small, red B-size potatoes. I think they're kind of smaller than usual, but that's okay. I got my rapid prep mandolin. You're probably wondering, Sandy, why can't you just slice these by hand? Well, you can't, especially not in this recipe. You want your potatoes to be so thin and evenly cut, or else they're not going to cook evenly at all. So this cuts, this is on the number 2 slice setting. So number 1 is the thinnest, which is 1 millimeter, then 2 millimeters, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way to 8, which is really great. Of course, this can French fry cut and julienne cut too. So I just put my little, look at how little these are. Work fine. That's way faster than you could even do with a knife. All right, and then these go into the bag with a couple tablespoons of broth, and you would heat these for about 4 minutes. But just in the essence of time, I'm going to continue on to show how you would continue to prep this. Sorry, I'm going to use my hands because it's easier. If you were prepping this ahead, which it's so easy, you might not even need to prep this guy ahead. This is another really fun one for like the end of summer. Yeah. You know, like
we've got some people in the chat saying they've never done a shrimp boil and now maybe they're inspired to do it.
Guys, this is a 10-minute recipe. Like
you could get really into it, put like foil down on your table or a plastic tablecloth and just dump it all out.
Could.
That's fun.
Yes, you could. All right, so again, you would microwave these. Potatoes take a long time to cook, so you kind of need to par cook these. And then you go ahead and add your corn that's been kind of, the kernels have been kind of chunked off a little bit. And then frozen shrimp. I believe it's just 8 ounces of frozen shrimp, which is nice because you don't have to thaw them in this recipe. When they're frozen, like they release some of their liquids and it actually helps kind of steam everything together. So you could thaw them if you want, and that would cut down on the cooking. I'm having a hard time pouring today. I'm just gonna use my hands. Oh, and I forgot to add my broth. Whoopsies.
I'll let it slide since you're taking this home to your own family.
That's right. Nobody gets nothing today. Oh, the shrimp. And the original recipe actually calls for seasoning salt, but because I want to utilize, those are too frozen, because I want to utilize what's in that set, I'm going to use a couple teaspoons of the lemon garlic instead. This one's so pretty. Who loves lemon garlic?
That's a good one to mix in with cottage cheese.
Ooh.
Love that.
You're on the cottage cheese train too? And then a couple tablespoons of butter. And then
Sandy, did you cut that corn off the cob or did you like?
Yes.
You did.
Yep. You need a lot of elbow grease for that, so I decided to spare you guys from that. Yes, we cut it off. So again, this goes in for another 3 to 4 minutes. And you want to see the finished product. We got some parchment. It's not foil on a table, but we got We're trying to make it authentic, guys. Just pour it all on. Look at that.
Yeah.
It's like you're at a restaurant. How fun is that? I don't know. I think it's pretty good for a 10-minute meal.
Absolutely.
I don't know about you, but I always need like some bread to help. Come on. I just got back from Cape Cod. This is like something I would have had at the restaurant. So good. Okay, and then let's bring out, we've got our chimichurri chicken that I put on a plate, and then let's just combine. We've got that leftover chimichurri. Just mix it with a little bit of ranch. And there you've got a fun little dipping sauce right there. Or sour cream or Greek yogurt. Who doesn't love a creamy chimichurri? I think we have a chimichurri mayo in one of our recipes. Ooh, yeah. Just do a little drizzle or just dip it. Whew, did we do it? Did we do three?
You did.
Did we do three recipes? Yes.
Do you feel relieved? Now you don't have to think about meals for 3 nights
That's
this week.
Right. Well, I think you've got some good news to share with the giveaways.
Yeah, right. So it's time to do our giveaways for the night. So again, we're doing a multicolor kitchen utensil set to 3 of you. Are you ready to hear it? So our multicolor kitchen utensil sets are going to Kathy Pyers, Betty Duncan, and Sophia Rivas. Congratulations. We will email you guys to get your shipping information after the show. And before I go, I want to explain these sets again, because a couple of you guys were asking. So again, our Brilliance line is our new Brilliance bakeware line. It's this beautiful blue color, and we have a Brilliance cookware line. So it's just one of the names of one of our nonstick line options that we have. And this month, they're available at an introductory price in 2 sets. So these 2 pieces come, the 2 long loaf pans with the 2 lids come as 1 set. Or you can get this set with these 6 pieces, technically, right? 3 pans, 2 lids in the rack. So you have the half sheet pan with rack, the 9x13 with lid, and the 8-inch square with lid. So those are all our sets that are available this month. And I forgot to say before, when you buy one of these sets this month, we're going to make a donation on your behalf to Food Banks Canada or Feeding America, because this month we're all about fundraising, and we're all about fundraising all year long. But this month specifically, we're doing double donations for fundraisers. So if you're not already in a fundraiser or hosting a fundraiser, reach out to your consultant. It's not too late to host something and get great benefits for yourself, but also benefit a wonderful fun charity of your choice. So reach out to your consultant to get more information.
Nice. Wow. Why don't you guys put in the chat, what was your favorite thing that you saw? What do you have your eye on? Maybe you're eyeing some of those, or the whole Brilliance bakeware set, I hope, because it's really going to help with all those busy weeknights. So put in the chat what you have your eye on and reach out to your consultant. What else? We've got the Discover PC right after this on our Facebook channel and our Facebook Canada page too. So we'd love to join you there to explain a little bit more what it's like to be a Pampered Chef consultant. How fun could that be? Then we have live events every single Tuesday. Check out the live events page on our website or reach out to your consultant. This month's going to be great with all of our easy weeknight, budget-friendly meals. And there's a survey that will pop up after this. Please take a minute to take it, because you might also be eligible to win a little giveaway.
Yeah, one more giveaway.
One more giveaway.
Surprise product.
Oh, please do take that. We want to make these events great for you. So that's our show, but if there's some questions, we will take them.
We've got a few questions. So the first one is about nesting. So these can nest, right? They can fit inside each other.
Yeah. So you put both of the lids kind of on the bottom, and then those can nest.
Yeah, and they won't scratch each other.
No. And then you put those down there. There you go. Perfect. So cute. So great. Yeah, for meatloaf, breads. Oh, we have a cranberry icebox cake coming out. So really great for weeknight, but you can also do some treats in there too.
Yeah, and it's like the dark coating, right? You're going to get that great dark crusty casserole or cheesy, whatever it is. So that really helps with
and
that.
And then it doesn't stick to it. Like,
but you still oil them.
Yes, you should oil them. but love those, like the crispy goodness doesn't get stuck on the pan. You actually get to enjoy it, which we love.
Yeah.
And how great, the 8-inch sides for the holidays. Those are great. You could prep them ahead, throw on the lid, and you're good to go.
And I love the 2 loaf pans because you can do a recipe for what?
A 9x13. So you could take a 9x13 and do it in there. And then you half of a 9x13 and do it in there.
And so if you have picky eaters or people, like maybe you do a meat lasagna and a non-meat lasagna, or you do something with spinach and not spinach for anyone who's, those types of things.
Same with meatloaf. Some people like their meatloafs with, I don't know.
One with onions, one without. Whatever.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I love it. So, okay. Let's see what else. So can we talk about the color again and the browning? So with savory, you probably want that browning on your veggies, but if you're doing like a cake or something, you lower the temperature
25 degrees, and you just want to check it more often. It might brown just a little bit quickly, or the crusts might get a little bit burned. So turn your oven down and then just check it a little bit more often than you would, but you'll get that great nonstick.
Yeah.
With baked goods too.
Yeah. And if this is what you have, totally great for baked goods, but we definitely love our beautiful light blue bakeware for baked goods the most because they have the great lids.
Yes.
That kind of, these lids are flat. The lighter blue have the like
more domed lids. So if you're making a cake or brownies that go up to the top, you might need those.
Yeah, to not disrupt your frosting or whatnot.
Oh, yes. Can't disrupt the
or whatever cute decorations you're putting on.
Whatever.
What about cleaning?
Yeah, so they're all dishwasher safe.
Yeah, so they're all dishwasher safe. And for those of you who have asked, like, of course, anything, if you hand wash, it is going to last longer, but these will last in the dishwasher. They're certified dishwasher safe.
Absolutely.
So you have nothing to worry about. But if you really want to double, triple your time,
because they clean
you can
so
choose
easily.
to hand wash.
Yeah, and then you want to make sure the lids are away from the heat in the heating element in your dishwasher. So find out where that heating element is. I know mine's on the bottom, so I put things like this on the top to keep them.
Awesome. And then last question before we go about greasing again. You should always grease these before you're using them.
Yeah, absolutely. And it could depend on the recipes. That, like my sloppy Joe stuffed peppers, I don't need to really grease that because you're just putting your peppers in and baking it. So it kind of depends on the recipe, but I think in the use and care, we recommend definitely greasing them.
Yeah. So they're available at the introductory price this month only. So reach out to your consultant, maybe book a party. You could get these.
Oh, for
fun, fundraise towards a great charity at the same time.
Get your fall cooking going.
Yeah. Get ready for back to school, back to routine.
Absolutely. Don't say bye to summer, but get ready for your fall cooking.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye. Thanks so much. See you next time.